Good morning, children. Now let us see Unit 4, Part 2, the Ati. Last class, what did we see, children? We saw about Aditya and Satyajit Ray, the authors, about their friendship we saw, and how Aditya he left Brahmapur, went to Calcutta and settled his life. Then once when he came back to Brahmapur, he recollected his old memories, going to his old house, ancestral house, and then going to his school. Then what did we see? We saw Aditya and Satyajit Ray going to Naj and Uncle tea shop. And over there in tea shop, who was sitting there? Mr. Sanyal was sitting there. And what did Aditya ask to Naj and Uncle? He was inquiring about Sanyal. Now, let us continue, children. We are here in part 2. I noticed a sudden change in Aditya's expression and I asked him the reason for it. Without answering me, he asked Naj and Uncle who the gentleman was and what he did. Now, the moment Sanyal he got up from his bench and when he recited the poem, one of the Tagore's poem, Aditya's expression changed, and this was noticed by Satyajit Ray. Who is Satyajit Ray? He is the author. Satyajit Ray, he noticed the change in Aditya and he asked Aditya what's the reason. Aditya, he didn't answer him and he was asking Naj and Uncle about who the gentleman was. About whom he was inquiring? He was inquiring about Sanyal. Naj and Uncle replied, Sasank Sanyal, what can be done? He leads a cursed life, gone crazy, I think, but has not forgotten any incident of the past. Sold his lands to get his only daughter married. He lost his wife and only son last year. Since then, he is somewhat changed. Not really normal. Where does he stay? Now, Naj and Uncle, no, he replies to Aditya. He says, Sasang Sanyal, what can be done? What can I say about Sasang Sanyal? Sasang Sanyal, he leads a cursed life. Cursed life in the sense, children, not a happy life. He is leading a sad life. That's the meaning. And no, he has gone crazy. I think, but has not forgotten any incident of the past. Naj and Uncle, he says, even then, no, he leads a bad life. He leads a sad life. We should not say bad life, children. We must say sad life. Though he leads a sad life, he has not forgotten any incident of the past, which means, his memory is good. He has sold the lands to get his only daughter's married. To get his daughter's marriage, he has sold the lands and he lost his wife. And also, within a year, he lost his son also. Now he is left alone. And no one to take care of him. Now, listening to this, Aditya, he asked Naj and Uncle, where does Sasang Sanyal live? Where does he stay? He has no family. Where is he staying then? He stays with a friend of his father's, Jogesh Kabiraj. Sasang comes here, has tea and biscuits, and always remembers to pay, having an acute sense of self-respect. But how long things will remain like this, I don't know. Naj and Uncle, he says, now where Sasang, where he stays, he stays in one of his father's friend's house. What is his father's friend's name? He is Jogesh Kabiraj. He is staying in his house. Sasang Sanyal, he stays in his father's friend's house. Sasang comes, very often he comes to Naj and Uncle's tea shop to have tea and biscuit. And after eating tea and biscuit, he never forgets to pay the bill. which means some people know they act as if they have forgotten to pay the bill and they walk away. But no, he doesn't do certain things. So, for sure, he remembers to pay the bill. Having paid out bill and ascertained the location of Jogesh Kabiraj house, we got into the car. Aditya was at the wheel. He expressed the wish to visit his house. So, you do want to see a house after all? I said. Now, after listening, after getting information about Sasang Sanyal, Aditya and author, they paid the bill. They had some tea, isn't it? Tea and some snacks they had. So they paid the bill and ascertained. What do you mean by ascertained, children? Ascertained in the sense confirmed. They have confirmed the location of Jogesh Kabiraj house. They asked the Najan uncle how to go to Jogesh Kabiraj house, and then after that, no, he didn't went to Jogesh Kabiraj house. He went to his house. Aditya, he said to author that I wish to see my ancestral house. Let me go to my house, he said. And finally, he went to his ancestral house. It has become essential to do so, Aditya replied. His nerves seemed overwrought. What do you mean by overwrought? Upset. When author asked him, you really wish to see your old house, Aditya? For that he said, yes, it is necessary. I have to visit my house. For some reason, we soon reached the house, which was surrounded by high walls. Even from the ruins, one could easily imagine how grand it must have been once upon a time. Then Aditya says, he said to author, that is Satyajit Ray, he said to Satyajit Ray, yes, for some reason, for some important reason, I have to visit the house. Let me go. Saying this, they both went to Aditya's house. They went to the house. Author, he describes the house. How is the house in the sense? The house is surrounded by high walls. It is ruin. It has it's an old building, but even then, children, with the building itself says how grand the house would have been once upon a time. No, it's a big house, and it has its grandness still. With the help of the outlook itself, no one can say once upon a time the house would have been a very grand house. We entered the building, climbed up the stairs, and reached the attic on the second floor of the house. Now they reached the house and they entered the building. Here, who entered the building? Aditya and Satyajit Ray. They entered the building, they climbed up the stairs and reached the attic. What is the attic, children? On left, on roof, you have a room. I told you in part 1, when I started the lesson, I have explained you what is an attic. What is an attic, children? Attic is the room at the top of a building, under the roof where you have the room, that is attic. So Aditya, he went to second floor and finally he reached the attic. Okay, this was my favorite room, said Aditya. The attic has always been a favorite with children. It is in the attic that the children seems to be in a world of its own. Now Aditya, he went to his room, that is he went to attic, and he says to his friend, who is his friend? Author, that is Satyajit Ray. He says to his friend, see, this is my favorite room, this is my room, much of my time I spend over here. And author, he says, attic is a place where children love to spend their time. You know why they love that place, children? No one disturbs them. That is why children love attic. They keep playing over there. Hours together, they enjoy their time sitting in attic. Okay. A portion of a wall of the attic had crumbled down, and through the window that had been created, we could see the sky, the fields, a part of the rice mill, the spire of the old temple. In the whole house, The Attic had probably been the worst hit by wind and weather. Now, author is describing Attic, that is Aditya's room is describing. How is Attic in the sense, a portion, one part of wall of the Attic, no, it is crumbled. What do you mean by crumble, children? Crumble in the sense broken. It's broken. And through the window, no, there's a window in the Attic. Through the window, you can view the clear sky, the field, and rice mill. No, one view of a rice mill you can see. The spire of old building. What do you mean by spire? Pointed structure, the top point of the old building. You can view the outside scenery is good. Through the window you can view all this thing. That is why Aditya says, I love Attic. In the whole house, the Attic has probably been the worst hit by wind and weather. What is that worst hit? It is much damaged. Compared to other part of the house, children, this Attic, it is much damaged. It's because of wind and weather. The walls of Attic is damaged. The floor was strewn with twigs and straw and pigeon droppings. Among other things, there was a broken cricket bat, the remains of an armchair, and a wooden packing chair. So, he is describing the condition of the house. Many years no one is there in the house. So obviously, what will happen where people is not there in the house? The entire house, the old house, Attic has probably hit. It is worst. And the floor was strewn with twigs and straw. What do you mean by twigs and straw? This crows and pigeons all know, they keep they drop the twigs and straws, and moreover pigeon droppings. You know what is pigeon droppings all. They make the place dirty. Among other things, there was a broken cricket bat, the remains of an armchair, something else. Apart from that, you could see something. This children old toys, you can see the broken bat, armchair, and wooden packing case. Certain unwanted things were left on the Attic. Aditya got on top of the packing case and pushed his hand inside the ventilator, thus upsetting a sparrow's nest, a part of which fell to the ground. However, he heaved a sigh of relief when he had got what he had been looking for. Now, Aditya, when he climbed up to the Attic, he just pushed the pack case. When he pushed the pack case, there was a nest where, the sparrow's nest was there. Even that sparrow's nest was upside down. Aditya, he was searching. Why Aditya did all this thing? He was searching for something else. What he was searching, that we'll see later on. He was searching for something else. And he was crumbling all the things what all were there inside the box. He was just crumbling those things, and he was searching. Finally, he got what he was searching. He got it. When he got to the thing what he was searching, Aditya was much satisfied. He was satisfied. Yes, what I was searching for, I got. Ask him what it was, he said. You will get to know very soon. Now, author asked him, what you are searching, Aditya? What are you looking for? He said, you will know very soon. You will know what I am searching. We next went to jewelers to find out the weight of the article. The jeweler remarked that it was an antique. Our next stop was a house of Jogesh Kabiraj. Though I was a little curious, I didn't ask Aditya anything. Actually, what he was searching, children, he was searching for a medal. Why this medal, I'll tell you later on. He was searching for a medal in his waist box. Finally, when he got the medal, he went to jeweler's shop. Aditya and his friend, they went to jeweler's shop. He asked the jeweler about the medal. The jeweler said it is antique, he said. Antique in the sense it is old jewel. Antique in the sense, children, lasting from the time long ago, which means a very old jewel. And he sold that jewel, he got some money. Next he went to Jogesh Kabir Raj house. He went. Now author, he was looking all this thing, he was looking very curious. He didn't ask Aditya anything. He said, no, Aditya, he said you will come to know, so he didn't ask. He was just following Aditya. We entered the house and we went to the room where Sasang Sanyal stayed. Sasanka uncle was busy reciting verses from Tagore. When he had finished, Aditya asked, "May we come in?" He turned and faced us. Now they went to Sasang Sanyal house. Who went to Sasang Sanyal house? Aditya and Satyajit Ray. Both they went to Sasang Sanyal house. The moment when they went, no, Sasang was busy reciting verses from Tagore. And after, he didn't disturb them. He was waiting there for some time. And after Sasang finished the verses, then he asked, Aditya asked, shall we come in? Then Sasang, no, he turned and he looked who it was. See, you can see in the picture, children. See, Aditya is holding a medal and this blue dress, no, it is Sasang Sanyal. Aditya and Satyajit Ray is standing close by. They have come to meet Sasang. Okay. No one visits me, he said, in an unperturbed manner. Would you mind if we come in? Come in. The moment he saw these two people, Sasang said, no one comes to meet me in an unperturbed manner. Unperturbed in the sense, undisturbed manner. Then he asked, would you mind if I come in? Who asked this? Aditya. Then Sasang said, okay, come in. Except for a charpai, there was nothing else to sit on. So we remained standing. Do you remember Aditya Narayanan Chaudhary? Aditya asked him. Now when Aditya, he went inside, no, he couldn't see any chair over there. Nothing was left to sit. Only one charpai was there. You know what is charpai, children? The cart, that is, in a village only, children, people they use in village, no, that straw made of straw, no, children. You will have that 4 wooden legs. You would have seen, okay. No, it is said as charpai. It is an Hindi word, children. That charpai is an Hindi word. Mostly you will see in a village, children. Village, every village they will have, people will have this charpai. They use this charpai to sit outside. Of course, said the gentleman, the spoiled child of affluent parents was a fairly good student but could never beat me. He was extremely jealous of me and he used to tell lies. Now, Aditya, he asked him, do you know Aditya Narayanan Chaudhary? He asked, Aditya asked to Sasang. Sasang said, Aditya Narayanan Chaudhary? Of course, I know who he is. The spoiled child of affluent parent. Affluent parent in the sense, wealthy parent, rich parent. But no, he was good student, but he couldn't beat me in studies. Good student in the sense, to whom he is saying, Sasang is saying, Aditya is good student, but no, he couldn't beat me. Couldn't beat whom? Sasang, which means Sasang was better than Aditya in studies. Okay, and Sasang, he says, Aditya is extremely jealous of me. About whom Aditya is jealous? Aditya was jealous of Sasang. He's talking, Sasang is talking about his past when he was a student. When Aditya and Sasang, when they were student in school, no, he's talking about those days. When they were young enough, no, he says, Aditya was jealous about me. He couldn't beat me in studies, no, so he was jealous about me. And I was good student. I used to, read better than Aditya. So he was jealous about me. And another thing, Aditya, he used to tell lies. Sasang, he says, I know, said Aditya. He then took out a packet from his pocket and handing it over to him said, this is for you from Aditya. Now, listening to all Sasank words, no, Aditya he says, yes, I know about it. And saying this, he puts his hand inside his pocket and he takes out that article and he hands over to Sasank. Hands over in the sense, he gives, handing over him, giving that article to Sasank. What is it? No, not article, children. He's putting his hand in the pocket and he gives something. He's giving. We'll see what he gives. He's not giving article now. He's giving something to Sasank. What is it? He asks. Money. Money? How much money? 150 rupees. He has said that he will be happy if you accept it. No. The moment he gave something, Sasank Sanyal, he asked Aditya, what is this, Aditya? Aditya says, this is money. How much? He asked. It is 150 rupees. And he said, you will be happy. Aditya says, if you accept this money, Sasank, I'll be very happy. Shall I laugh or cry? Aditya has given me money. Why this sudden generosity? Man does change with time, perhaps. Aditya is not the same Aditya as before. Now, looking to this, Sasank, he says, shall I laugh or cry? Aditya has turned to be so good. How is it possible? For that, Aditya says, Aditya is not the same. Now Aditya is changed. Aditya has rectified his mistake. It's not the same Aditya what you have seen before. A change? I got the prize. He could not bear it. He took it from me to show his father and never returned it to me. Said that there was a hole in his pocket and it had fallen through it. No, Sasank, he was shocked when Aditya said, Aditya is changed now. Change? How could Aditya change? Aditya is a great liar. Sasank, he says, I got the prize in the competition. Aditya, he took that prize from me, saying that he'll show to his father and he'll return it back. But he didn't return. When I asked for my prize, Aditya said the prize, the medal had fallen through his pocket. Since his pocket had a hole, through the hole the prize is fallen. That is, the medal is fallen through the pocket hole, he said. What a great liar Aditya is. And how could Aditya change? Sasank, he says, this is the price of the medal. It is yours. Sasank Sanyal was amazed. He stared at Aditya and said, the price of the medal? That could not be more than 5 rupees. It was a silver medal. Now, Aditya, he says, the medal what I took from you, Sasank, this money is the price for the medal. Now, looking at this, Sasank Sanyal was amazed. This much of money, that medal, it's a silver medal. That will not be more than 5 rupees. But you are giving me 150 rupees. This is too much. Now, what Aditya says, silver is now 30 times costlier than before. Now Aditya says, oh Sasank, silver is 30 times more than before. That is, when I took medal from you, to that day rate, when you compare to the present day rate, it is 30 times more, which means maybe long back if you would have borrowed 1 rupee from your friend, now that 1 rupee value would have been 30 rupees. In that meaning he says so. Okay. Really? I had no news of that. But Sasanka uncle looked at the 15 10 rupee notes in his hand and then looked at Aditya. There was a completely new expression on his face. He said, Aditya, this smacks too much of charity, doesn't it? Now, Sasanka, he just looks at Sasanka, when Aditya, he explains the money value to Sasank. Sasanka, he says, is it so? Is the value increased to the present days? Okay. He looks in surprise to Aditya. And And no, he says, see, look at this 15 rupees, 15, 10 rupees note in his hand, and he says, there was a, no, after looking the money, no, children, there was a complete new expression on his face, no, who Sasang face. And he said to Aditya, this smacks too much of charity. What do you mean by smacks? Smacks in the sense, no, this charity is a forceful charity. It drives or put forceful into something. As if you are compelling someone to take your offer, what you give, you are compelling someone. Do I accept it? No, in that way it is. And Sasanka, he says, this charity is too much, isn't it, Aditya? He says, charity in the sense you offer someone something. That is charity. We remained silent, peering intently at Aditya. Sasanka Sanyal smiled and said, I had recognized you at Najan uncle's tea shop by that mole on your right cheek. I could see you had not recognized me. So I recited the same poem that I had recited on the prize giving day, on purpose so that you may remember. Then, when you came to visit me, I couldn't help venting my anger on you. Now, Sasanka Sanali says, when you came to Najan Uncle Tea Shop, I recognized you over there with that right mole, with the mole on your right cheek. You know what is mole, no, children? That black spot, no? With that mole, he has identified Aditya. And Sasanka said, I recognized you, but I saw that you had not recognized me. So to bring back your memory, I recited the same poem what I recited on the prize giving day. Who is that I over here? Sasanka. Sasanka says, since Aditya did not recognize him, he has recited the same poem what he has recited on the prize giving day. Prize giving day, what poem he recited? Tagore's poem, one of Tagore's poem from Panrakshak. He recited the poem, no, the same poem he recited on the day to bring back his memories. Whose memories? Aditya's memories. You have done the great thing. Your grievances are absolutely justified, but I will be happy if you accept the money, said Aditya. Now, looking to this old man, no? Looking to Sasanka, Aditya says, what you have done is right, Aditya. Obviously, if I had been in your place, even I would have done the same. I'll be happy if you accept this money. I'll be happy, Aditya said. Sasanka Sanyal shook his head and said, no, money will soon be spent. I would have preferred to have the medal if it were possible. I would have forgotten that unpleasant incident of my childhood if I could get the medal. Now, Aditya, he says, he requests Sasanka, asking him to accept the money. But Sasanka said, no, I don't want money, Aditya, because if I have money, if I take this money, money will be spent. Very soon it will be spent. And, that thought of mine that I have won the medal, that will disappear from my mind. So I don't want money. I want the medal. I'll be happy if you return me the medal, because years together, until my death, I can have this medal in my hand. Who says this? Sasanka says. So Sasanka, he says, I'm not happy with the money, Aditya. I'll be happy if you return me my medal. So the medal that had been hidden in the attic for 29 long years was eventually restored to its owner. Now this medal, no, children, it was hidden in the attic for 29 long years. That is 29 years this medal was there in the attic. And after 29 years, it has reached to the owner's hand. Who is the owner of the medal here, children? Sasanka Sanyal is the owner. It is Sasanka Sanyal who won the medal in the prize day. there was a competition in school. In that competition, Sasang Sanyal, he recited Tagore's poem and he won the first prize. When he won the prize, the medal was given to Sasanka Sanyal. That medal, Aditya, he said to Sasang that he will show to his father and bring him back. But Aditya, he did not return the medal. Only now he is returning the medal. Now, what was written on the medals here? Shriman Sasanka Sanyal, special prize for recitation 1948, was still clearly engraved on it. Translated from the Bengali story Chelikotta. Okay. Now, what was engraved on the medal, children? Engraved in the sense printed. Something is printed on the medal. What was printed on the medal? See here. It is Sasanka Sanyal. Shriman Sasanka Sanyal. Special prize for recitation. Which year? It was during 1948. So, this wordings, no, it is clearly impressed on the medal. Still, if you go, you will surely find out. You will find out these words on the medal, children. This story, no, children, it is translated from Bengali story Chelikotta. Yes, children, have you understood the story? But even then, children, do read the lesson. Though the explanation might be clear to you, I hope you will understand the story. But even then, children, once you must read the lesson. After listening to the video, do read full lesson. Only if you read the lesson, it will be clear. Now, shall we see about author, children? We'll see a glance about author here. It is very interesting. We'll see. See, he is only Satyajit Ray. He is the author of the lesson. Satyajit Ray, born 1921, died in 1992, was an Indian filmmaker, screenwriter, graphic artist, music composer and author. See, what all the position he had been. He had been a filmmaker, then screenwriter, graphic artist, music composer, everything. And he was born in Kolkata. He authored several short stories and novels meant primarily for young children and teenagers. Now, most of his writing to children, it is mostly meant for majorly it is meant for children and for teenagers. He revived the children's magazine Sandesh, which his grandfather had started. He started one magazine and he continued that. No, he is still leading the same magazine, and edited it untitled his death in 1992. The magazine Sandesh, the name Sandesh, no, what his grandfather started, he has edited, he has continued that, and it was edited until his death in the year 1992. Ray was more interested in writing rather than filmmaking. Rather than taking films, no, Satyajit Ray, he wished to write stories. His stories have been translated in Europe, the United States, and many other countries. Ray received many awards, including 32 National Film Awards by the Government of India, notably the Padma Bhushan in 1965 and the highest civilian honor, Bharat Ratna, for shortly before his death. So Satyajit Ray, no, children, before he could pass away, he had become a very great writer. He had received many national awards. See, 32 National Film Awards by the Government of India. This many awards he has got. And even Padma Bhushan Award in the year 1965, he has received Padma Bhushan Award. And then the highest civilian honor, no, the highest reward, that is the topmost award, Bharat Ratna Award. Bharat Ratna, shortly before he could pass away, he was being awarded. Yes, children, do read the lesson, children. I really want you to read the lesson for your better understanding. Yes, stay at home, be safe.